Alright everybody, my name is Chase Sambrano and we are here to talk about Enron. First things first, if you're any type of, business major, law major, anything of that sort, or just a random citizen, you should know about Enron. Mega scandal, headlines, thousands of people lost jobs, lost money. Not only money, their retirement funds, their mortgages, Social Security, everything gone. Just because three main people got greedy. The major players in this mega scandal come down to about 3 people and 1 accounting firm. If you can't guess these people, you don't know much about Enron. Kenneth Lay, their CEO, Jeffrey Skilling, their COO, and Andrew Fastow, their CFO. The accounting firm that I talk about is Arthur Andersen. They had just as much to do with this as everyone at Enron. Not everyone at Enron, but the, executive officers. Arthur Andersen was set there to audit Enron, look over their financial documents, make sure everything was lining up properly, just as any accounting firm should really. CEO Kenneth Lay founded Enron back in the 80s. They merged together with another oil and gas company back in Texas, and they created Enron. Enron is actually was based in Houston. Their insignia, you could say, the symbol of evil is an E, tilted just enough, 45 degrees, which I personally take as, they were crooked from the beginning. No, you can't say they were crooked from the beginning because Kenneth Lay, he had come from humble beginnings. He started off his first company before it became Enron, honest, true, a great company that people wanted to trade with. Having Kenneth Lay as their CEO whenever they merged just took their clientele that they were with already, threw them together with another big oil and gas company, created the superstar. You could say that Enron's deceit started whenever they began to blow up. They, got big heads. They started trading, buying, selling millions of dollars worth of oil and gas in something that they called virtual assets. This was with the rise of the internet, all that good stuff. So, throw virtual in front of it, you got virtual assets, that's got to be good, right? They didn't have any documentation to back up these assets. As they realized, oh hey, we can do this for a little while, they started, boom, boom, driving stock price up, up. People are buying, this company is exploding. They were posting financial documents stating that they had millions in revenue. They also would state that they had millions in investment, creating, false accounts, false partnerships, some say overseas, where they were just throwing their debt away. If you've taken any accounting class at ENMU or any other college, you know that it's very easy to misrepresent what you really have. You can create all these assets, but they're not really assets. Things like that started to happen at Enron, along with the major stock options that they offered their employees. The chief executive officers had millions in stock. What they were actually doing, insider trading, they'd go around and be like, man, Enron stock's doing great, let's buy, it's only going to go up from here, right? As soon as people started buying, what would the CEOs do? Or not the CEOs, but the chief executive officers. would sell. Millions. On top of driving and dumping stock price, they were also charged with contributing to the California energy deficit. What they would do was offer payouts to people to shut off the electricity for a little bit of time, so it was rumored, and then drive up the energy costs that they were offering. So people would have to pay more for the energy that they needed more of. Now that's selfish. These three men thought they were invincible. They would go on mass spending sprees, spending millions of dollars at a time. There's one report of Fastow spending millions on a wedding for his wife, which they put into an asset account which is unnamed. This is one of their rumored spending habits. On top of that, there was rumors of a $5,000 garbage bin, a $2,000 bar of soap. While all of these are only rumors, I wouldn't put it past. After the crumble of Enron in the early 2000s, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act was actually put forward. This act had many guidelines detailing the financial structure that corporations had to follow. The accounting principles, GAAP, had to be more strict. Internal auditing also became more strict. This wasn't just because Enron, but because of, WorldCom, other things like that. They also contributed to this, but Enron was kind of the tipping point for it all. This act still continues to be carried out today. It's one of the most famous acts to ever be. When it came down to prosecuting these men, no one let up. Lay faced 7 criminal counts against him, and Skilling actually faced 35. The counts are all detailed out right here. I would bore you reading them all, but I'll just highlight a couple of them. Count number 1 to both of them would be a conspiracy to commit securities and wire fraud. Count number 2 would be securities fraud against only Skilling. Wire fraud against Skilling. Wire fraud against Lay. Securities fraud against Skilling. Securities fraud against Lay. False statements to auditors against Skilling. False statements to auditors against Lay. They go back and forth every single time. These were 2 of the top-headed guys over at Enron. They're going to get hit the hardest. Enron, having a staff of well over 20,000 people, was over. The company had fallen. Everyone had lost faith. Rightly so. All of their accounting discrepancies, all the fraud came to light. Finished filing for bankruptcy December 2nd of 2001. The whole operation was shut down. Following that, catching wind, Arthur Andersen, the accounting firm, one of the most prestigious accounting firms in the nation during the time, was their auditors. What did they start doing? They started shredding paperwork, shredding statements, audits, everything to try to push the blame away from them. Didn't work that way. They found evidence, pressed charges against one of the most prestigious accounting firms, Arthur Andersen. Didn't necessarily fall as hard since they still function today, but they have definitely lost so much respect. They used to be up here, now they're down here. Enron used to be up here, but now they're gone. Overall, the fraud, the deceit, the lies, the scandal, the selfishness took a toll on the nation, took a toll on 20,000 employees, forcing them to lose all benefits, retirement, people would put their mortgages into Enron, everything pulled out from underneath them. This is why Enron, last year they functioned, there was an estimated 111 billion in revenues. How much of that was true? We can't rightly say. But we know the vast majority of it was not there. Debt on debt, stowing it away, it's gonna come catch you. This is a quick summary of the things that went down during the Enron scandal. Thank you.